On a eu un petit bug. On va voir si c'est reparti. Oh, ça a l'air d'être reparti. Vas-y, range ton épée, toi. Ok, alors. Du coup, j'ai pas tout écouté ce qu'il racontait. Grosso modo, il y a une maladie qui s'appelle... j'ai pas retenu.
Ah, you're finally tempted.
In all honesty, I haven't made up my mind yet. I want to be certain that I'm not dealing with a charlatan.
In this day and age, I can't blame you. What might I do to convince you?
Are there any nasty side effects with this remedy of yours?
There are none. You will feel nothing but an intense sense of well-being.
Will you drink one of your potions to prove your good faith?
Of course. I take a little sip every morning. But as I'm in perfect health, you won't be able to verify the improvement in my condition. But if it helps you make up your mind, give me just a moment. There now. As you see, I am still in excellent condition.
Come on now, I saw you take that vial out of your pocket. Nothing proves that it's the same potion that you sell to your clients.
As a man of science, I consider skepticism a remarkable quality. But in your case, it is not skepticism, but blindness.
We need to steal one of these potions and force him to drink it.
Brilliant idea, Kurt. Let's take a look at his cart.
Ça, c'est notre quête. Ah, attention.
To my help! And death to the others!
C'est quoi cette ville là? C'est chez moi, j'arrête pas de me faire agresser. Ok. Ok. On a eu un petit bug, désolé. On est en train de démasquer le charlatan.
Have you finally made up your mind?
I happen to have a vial of your medicine. Would you be willing to drink it in front of us? To prove that there is no risk?
This bullying is trying my patience. I'm beginning to suspect that you might be working for a rival.
You refuse to taste it?
You might have put something in it to cause me harm or further disgrace.
No, look. The vial is still sealed. It comes straight from your stock.
And you dare challenge me when you have just admitted to being a thief?
Come now. You can see for yourself that I'm gladly returning your vial, so that you might drink it in front of witnesses. This might help to dissipate my doubts, as well as those of these brave folk.
Yes, no, you don't have the right.
Damnation. He got away. He can't have gone far.
Find him before his head ends up on a spike.
Think back to the note that we found. We need to take a look at the tavern. He won't leave the city without his belongings.
Ok. Ah, il y a une espèce de peste là qui tue tout le monde. Alors eux, ça craint parce qu'ils n'avaient pas de me taper. Taverne. Tu piques les pièces d'or. Non, c'est pour la caisse. J'arrive.
Good day, tavern keeper.
Good day to you. What is your pleasure?
Ah, c'est le
Has the
Malicor.
Malachor really put a damper on your business?
More than a damper. They were soaked. When the sickness began to spread, a wave of panic followed in its wake. People stopped going out of their homes. They were afraid. I was close to closing shop, I tell you. And then, thankfully, the alchemists of the bridge said that you couldn't just catch it like that. People were still distrustful, as is their nature, but they are leaving home again. It's a start. I also lost quite a few regular customers. Dead or too scared to venture back. Yeah, but that's nothing new to you. The city would have sunk in the water if not for trade with the new isle.
Je vois la chambre de l'autre, moi.
I need to be off. Farewell.
Goodbye.
Faire un escalier que j'ai pas vu. Voilà. C'est bon. Ah, c'est celui qui monte qu'il nous faut. Tiens, tiens. Pause tactique. On va prendre une petite potion de soin parce que... Ah, sans mieux déjà.
You again? What are you doing in my room?
I'm not the only one that has found you. Have you seen the mob that is gathering in the street?
I'm neither deaf nor blind. By the spheres. Why didn't I leave the city while there was still time?
The Alliance ambassador is quite unsettled by your commerce, and he is the one who sent me.
Sahin. Him again. Ruining my career wasn't enough for him. He's the very reason I had to leave the Alliance. And here I am, playing the part of the potion maker. Me, who was once a respected member of the Academy of Al-Sad.
Are you not ashamed to have poisoned those poor souls?
These potions are not harmful. That is to say that they don't contain any harmful ingredients.
But you could just as easily produce real healing potions. So why don't you?
You don't understand. I fled, but I haven't put a stop to my own research. This potion is an attempt to create in those who drink it a resistance to the Malachor.
So you manipulate people to use as experimental fodder? That is completely unethical.
I don't have a choice, but it does not harm them, I assure you.
If this potion were inoffensive, then why wouldn't you drink it when I offered it to you?
I ran tests on myself for such a long time that I ended up becoming intolerant to it. A small sip of this mixture provokes in me now a violent reaction. I mean, the mob would have been furious in any case, but a normal dose, I assure you, is without risk.
Dr. Sahin warned me that you were an imposter.
That doesn't surprise me coming from him. I was a master alchemist. I understand if you don't believe me after all that, but I have a number of documents to prove it. I would still be one if Sahin hadn't set off a chain of machinations to disgrace me.
Why does Sahin bear you such hatred?
I wasn't fortunate enough to oppose certain great minds of the Academy, to criticize their methodology. I saw them inflicting torture on sick prisoners, making them drink the most vile poisons. To find a remedy to the Malachor, they won't hesitate to kill. I could not keep my silence.
It is for an act of courage that you fell from grace and earned Sahin's hatred. Your methods don't seem so different than those of your colleagues.
I don't torture people. And this potion only has side effects in high doses.
Perhaps, but you're hurting innocents. I cannot let your commerce continue.
So, what are you going to do with me, sir?
Oh, c'est chaud. Si on l'arrête, l'autre il va être content, mais apparemment l'autre c'est un gros salopard. En même temps, il a empoisonné notre... Je me mettrais bien aux arrêts. Il a attaqué nos citoyens. C'est con, il n'y a pas, tu vois, d'embaucher, quoi. Après, il peut peut-être trouver un vaccin. Allez,
I'm
c'est bon.
sorry, but I don't trust you. I'm going to deliver you to Dr. Sahin.
Sir, I beg you to spare me.
I've heard enough. You're under arrest.
How unjust.
Ah, c'est pas mal ça.
Your Excellency.
Lord de Sade.
Bah gueule, toi.
I tracked down your man near the Coin Guard barracks.
Finally. Did you capture him?
Let's just say I put an end to his activities. His reputation in Serene is forever tarnished. Matters turned out a little more complicated than anticipated. He is hiding in a room in the Coin Guard Tavern.
Why didn't you have him arrested?
Angry citizens have gathered round the building. They have sworn to avenge themselves after discovering his fraud. I decided it better to avoid the mob. But if you wish to capture him alive, I advise you hurry.
Governor Buren will be happy to learn that a legate with great assiduity will soon be joining the island of Tir-Fredi. Thank you for your help, Excellency, and allow me to offer you this modest present for your voyage.
I need to be going. Goodbye, Excellency.
Il m'a filé quoi là?
Lord de Sade.
Ouh, niveau 2. Ça marche. Alors. Ah, j'ai vu un marchand là. Ah bon, on peut pas. Ok, bon, tant pis. Ah merde.
The merchant is there. To my help! Death to the others!
Qu'est-ce que c'est que ces mecs qui m'agressent? Y'a un bug ou quoi?
Greenblood, do you need something?
I must leave you.
Je te pour vraiment en fait. Ok. Ah gros. Oh.
Greetings, Your Excellency.
Il y a une croix là. Peut-être je suis pas vraiment en fait. Pourquoi je peux pas ouvrir?
I wish you a good day, Your Excellency.
Ça a l'air de bugger là. On dit que c'est là. Hello. On va sauvegarder, on va relancer, on va voir. Ça, si on est bloqué là, on peut... on est bien dans le caca. Ah voilà. C'est un petit bug.
How might I be of service?
You can start by explaining to me why you refuse to honor the orders agreed upon with the guard.
There's been a misunderstanding, sir. Of course we're ready to honor the orders. In fact, I've already had a word with your master-at-arms.
They're asking that we pay again, despite having already paid.
It's just that the price has gone up since. I've nothing to do with it.
This is inadmissible. If you agree on a sum, you need to honor that agreement.
I'm sorry, sir. I'm just an agent. And I'm only obeying orders.
Your master has apparently asked you to demand a second payment for this merchandise.
That's right. He told me that their attendant seemed to be hiding something when he passed the order. And so he must have thought the guard would end up paying in the end, whatever he asked for.
I'll be damned. And I'm the one they've sent to settle the affair.
Sorry, Captain, it's nothing personal. I'm only following orders.
Following orders. Yeah, we hear you. Makes one wonder which one of the two of us is a coin guard.
Why don't we go and solicit other suppliers, Kurt?
When we've already paid for the merchandise? If these thieves agree to reimburse the original payment, it's what we do immediately. And do know, in the future, we won't be shopping with them. Well, I should think not.
This whole story sounds suspicious and stinks of a scandal. You're demanding a second payment but refuse to reimburse the one that was already made.
I'm not the one demanding nor refusing. It's my master.
This stubborn fool is pushing me to madness. You understand now why I'm asking for your help?
I don't think you understand who you're dealing with. Perhaps I failed to present myself properly. Lord de Sardet, nephew of the Prince d'Orsay and legate of the Congregation of Merchants. During our conversation, you explained to me that your master forced you to commit a crime. That's regrettable, especially as you will be considered his accomplice in extortion, theft. You know as well as I that the Congregation does not tolerate such illegal activities.
But I'm only obeying orders.
That is a shame. Well, as orders are the only language you seem to understand, I order you to return the guard the merchandise, without delay. Unless you'd rather your master is hung and that you finish your days in prison.
As you request, my lord.
Yeah.
I shall go immediately and ask that these crates be delivered to the attendant.
Now that's a wise decision.
Thank you. I was beginning to think this would never
Alors c'est qui le
end.
patron?
You're certainly honoring your new title. Bravo! The quartermaster must be expecting us.
On a qu'un truc à faire, je crois.
Are your boots worn through? Welcome. It's
Ah, le
such
petit
a
marchand.
pleasure to see you again. Have you seen anything to your liking? What might I help you with?
On va vendre, on a plein de trucs à vendre. Ok.
Thank you for your visit. See you soon.
Sir Desade, I presume. It is an honor to make your acquaintance. Captain,
Okay.
you set sail soon. Have you seen to our little business?
Yes, we were finally able to recover your merchandise.
Excellent news. I'm afraid, though, that your mission isn't completely finished, Kurt.
Blast me, I'm a captain, not an errand boy.
The commander was quite explicit.
Very well. What do I need to do?
The merchandise that you obtained needs to be sent to Tier 4D as soon as possible. But the Port Authority formalities for shipping take an eternity to wade through. And we've already lost quite a bit of time with this dishonest merchant.
Are you blatantly asking us to smuggle this merchandise and contraband?
I would never ask you to do such a thing, Your Excellency.
Ah, but you don't mind asking that of Kurt?
Well, now, if he finds an alternative solution that is less illegal, that would be fine. The method matters not. But this cargo must reach the Isle on the next ship.
Marvelous.
Well then, I await your return with utmost impatience. I'm certain you shall do what's required.
You'll find all you need in our selection. Whatever you need to be the talk of all serene.
Alors, on va faire quoi du coup là? Ah, un atelier, c'est quoi ça? Permet d'améliorer vos armes. Armure, la science fabriquer des potions, ok. Est-ce que quoi? Non mais, pas du tout. On regarde ça plus tard. Hein. On aimerait bien arriver sur l'île quand même à un moment donné.
Lively there, lads and lasses! I promised the merchants and their prince we'd be off before the tide. You, man, carry that properly. That porcelain is worth more than your life. There are some children we'd be best to refuse.
Captain Vasco.
And you are?
I'm Desade, the prince's nephew. If all is in order, we will soon be embarking on your boat.
It's a ship, not a boat.
Apologies.
Apologies for my asking, but the young governor isn't with you.
He didn't come home this morning. I need to find him before departure.
I hope nothing's happened to him or he hasn't changed his mind. The tide does not wait.
Perhaps he simply celebrated his imminent departure with a little too much enthusiasm. Is everything ready?
We're short a crew member. The cabin boy is missing. But have no fear, we will leave without him if he does not present himself before the tide.
Is he an important member of the crew?
We don't need him for sailing or navigation. He's only a cabin boy.
He must have simply had a bit too much to drink in celebrating his departure. Like another I know.
I doubt that. Jonas was never one to fancy drink. And it's been 2 days since last he was seen. No, I fear something bad has happened to him. Might I ask you, if you hear anything, could you report it to me? I would like to set sail with a clear mind.
I have a favor to ask before we leave.
I'm all ears.
We would like to load some merchandise into your ship's hold.
Impossible. You're too late for that. All merchandise must be registered at the Port Authority, and the formalities are long. So, unless you're asking me to turn smuggler and hide contraband on my vessel,
I wouldn't go that far. We're only talking about a few crates after all.
Well then, they'll have to wait. The next ship for New Serene leaves in a month.
Hellfire. If that shipment doesn't leave today, the commander will have my hide.
Captain, I understand your position, but isn't there some way we can get these crates on board?
I doubt it. Even if I wanted to help you, my quartermaster is a half-crazed bridge troll. He's gotten it into his head that a gang of ruffians want to use my ship to pass contraband over to Tier 4D. Space guards where our cargo is being held before being loaded. All that is not in the warehouse, and noted on the manifest, will be left on the docks. Sorry, but your crates are gonna have to wait until the next ship sets sail.
Sorry, Kurd. At least we tried.
The commander is gonna have my head. I'm sure that's what he wanted in giving me this impossible task.
In that case, we're going to have to dock to the manifest ourselves. It must be at the Harbour Master's office. Have you seen anyone wandering about? Suspicious looking. Maybe clandestine passengers?
Take a look around. There are far too many comings and goings to spot possible stowaways. As long as they don't try and get on my ship, I pay no attention to them. That said, we did catch ourselves a smuggler just a while ago.
A smuggler? Maybe he could be of some use. Where could I find him?
In the port jails, not far from the warehouses. Might I ask you, why the sudden interest in smugglers and the odd stowaway?
Nothing to bother yourself about. I'm just curious.
You wouldn't, by the sheerest of coincidences, be on the trail of a couple of heretics, Your Excellency. The same a couple of the ambassadors of Teleme's men have been looking for nigh on 2 days.
And so you know about that?
Of course. The Cardinal's henchmen are hard to miss, even in a crowd. And they were making quite a fuss, hoping we would cave in and help them in their hunt. Feel free to carry out your own investigation, but you'll end up with the same answers. The port brigs, just like the warehouses, are property of the Nauts. No one else may enter.
When did you see your cabin boy for the last time?
C'est vachement complet quand même. Hein. On n'est pas encore arrivé sur l'île quoi.
But the day of departure, every able-bodied sailor must be present on the ship.
Does the boy know anyone in Serene?
Other than fellow Norts, you mean? I don't think so, but it's difficult to be sure.
This Jonas, does he have any close friends amongst the crew?
In tradition, we are all members of the same family. But yes, there would be Flavia and Laura.
Might I have a word with them?
As you wish. You'll find them over there, in port.
Could you tell me a little about your guild?
We are masters of the oceans. Our ships can sail where no others dare.
Thanks to your magic, so I've heard. How do you become a Nord?
Our magic, yes, that only the Nords master. As for your question, any child born on one of our ships is sea-born. He is a Nort from birth. Others are sea-gifted, joining the Norts for different reasons, often from a young age. It's how the guild is made and maintains its numbers.
Could you tell me anything about our destination? The island of Tier 4D?
It is a magnificent place. Wild. Spared from your wars and your mines, for now. The natives have a relationship with their land and consider it sacred. They're a very friendly people, welcoming, that will appear to you strangely familiar. I've also heard that there are a great many exotic creatures, some enormous. But I wouldn't know what else to tell you. I've never strayed far from the ports.
What do you think of our port?
Are you referring to this one? It is the biggest high seas port on the continent. Thanks to your prince, even though it remains part of your city, it holds a particular status for us Nords. Certain zones are owned completely by us, and maritime law holds office. It's a good port. Were it not for the Malachor, it would be a pleasant place to dock.
Ok, bon, allez, c'est...
You haven't heard anything about my cousin by chance, have you? To be honest, we were hoping to find him here.
Did you say he was intending on celebrating his departure? My men spoke of a rather animated party that went down at the Coin Tavern, but I haven't heard anything else.
That isn't the safest place in the city. I hope nothing has happened to him.
Let's go and find him. Thank you, Captain.
Happy to be of some help.
Be back soon, Captain.
We need to have a word with that people smuggler the sailor mentioned.
He's a captain, Kurt, like yourself. And in order to interrogate the smuggler, we'll need to find a way into his jail.
On peut pas sauter quoi. Ok. Alors, cette zone est sous contrôle d'une autre faction. Une tenue. Ok. On va sauvegarder. Ah, c'est quoi l'approche furtive là?
Do you have any idea how to get in there without being noticed?
Let's take a look around the building. We might find a less conspicuous entrance.
If you wore a Nort uniform and you were able to keep your mark hidden from them, they might let us in, unless we just offered them a drink. These sailors rarely refuse one.
I see where this is headed. If we drop a little soporific in their glasses, the way will be clear. I'll just need to find the proper ingredients, but it's doable.
Where is the manifest to be found?
Ah,
I've
merde.
already been to the port authorities. They keep the official documents upstairs.
Bon bah comme ça c'est fait hein. Vous l'aurez compris, on est des gros bourrins. Oh, tu fais chier.
Things are about to get dicey.
Ouh, un anneau de protection. Parce qu'on a trouvé moi pourquoi on était venu, même pas quoi. On peut mettre des pièges et tout.
Here's the ship's manifest. We only need to add our merchandise to the list.
Déguisé en marin du coup là. Ah. Pas assez de points, puissance. Ok. C'est vrai, je suis déguisé là. Hein.
Hello? What can I do for you?
We're the relay. You're dismissed.
Finally! We were starting to grow moss. Courage, me hearties. The path is clear. We should notify the men. They need all the time they can get.
J'ai rien compris là, je suis sorti non? Ah mais c'est bon, ça prépare un breuvage. Attends, il y a un coffre là. Est-ce qu'il faut pas? Ah, attends, on va essayer de réfléchir à ce qu'on fait quand même. Informer le porteur, ok. C'est ça, il faut aller retourner à l'atelier.
Are you the smuggler?
You snuck yourself in here just to ask me that question? If this is some sort of trick to get me to admit to some crime, you are truly twisted.
You can see for yourself that I'm no Nord. Come now. Are you the one I'm looking for?
I'm already locked up. What more do I risk? Yes, I am a smuggler. But I'm not the only one in this city.
I'm searching for a couple fleeing to Leme. They're trying to leave the city discreetly. Have they contacted you?
You certainly can't imagine I'm going to answer you without getting something in exchange. I don't really think of my clients as kin, but I'd never betray any of them for free.
A real saint you are. How about your freedom in exchange for your loyalty? Tell me where I can find them and I'll open this cage.
That works for me. Your two Telemites are hidden in a warehouse behind this very prison. They must be waiting for me. But you might want to be quick about it. If the Nauts get their hands on them, they'll find themselves in this same cage.
Thank you.
Anytime. And these doors? You're gonna open them, right? Thank you, my lord. And don't worry about me. I'll slip outside without being seen.
It's blocked.
qu'ils étaient bien cachés. Hein.
Who is there?
May the Illuminated save us. Did the smuggler send you?
The man to which you are referring was arrested and thrown into prison, but revealed to me your hiding place.
Oh, the traitor!
Have you come to deliver us to the Inquisition then? Please, please, have pity on our souls. We have committed no crime. We are not heretics. We are nothing more than historians.
In that case, why is the ambassador of Teleme so concerned about your teachings? Why is the Inquisition looking for you, and why are you hiding?
Our only error was wanting to publish our work.
It's true. We presented our research, but it didn't please the censor. And here you have the result.
We fled all the way to Serene, thinking we would be safe. But the Inquisition wants to silence us so badly that they followed us here.
Ouais, c'est encore un truc de fou.
Tell me more about your research. What about it is so horrifying that it would provoke such a fuss?
Our work concerned the teachings of St. Lucius.
The disciple of Saint Matthias. The one who returned to Teleme after traveling with his master.
The very same. His writing was carefully preserved, but never seriously studied.
With the discovery of Teofredi, we thought it crucial to take a look at the original text. We wanted to verify if this island could have been the faraway place that he spoke of. The Eden of Saint Matthias.
And? What did you find?
Teofredi is without any doubt the land that our Saint Matthias and his disciples went to. But the text that we discovered was radically different from what we expected to find.
In the original text, Saint Lucius doesn't speak of an Eden, of the paradise of the Illuminated. He speaks of a voice that came from the depths of the earth, which convinced Saint Matthias to stay there.
It was written in black and white, and there is no doubt about it. The original was written in Lucius's own hand.
I understand now what that text has cost you. This voice from the depths sounds more the power of a demon than a saint.
The sacred texts are always difficult to interpret, but what is written is written.
Did you try speaking with the censors? You could forget what you have discovered, perhaps.
Oh, we have signed already an abjugation stating that we misunderstood the sacred texts of St. Lucius. We were even ready to say that we had never seen the true text, or anything else that would have pleased them.
It served no purpose. It's our lives they are after.
Who were you hoping would give you asylum?
We were hoping to reach Al-Sad. The Inquisition won't chase us into the den of their enemies.
Our research won't interest the Bridge Alliance, or at least I doubt it. But at least we'll be safe.
By entering Al-Sad as clandestines, you risk being taken for spies.
That would be better than being burned at the stake.
I see. Well, you have no other choice but to run and seek refuge in enemy territories.
I beg of you, please do not deliver us to them. Let us continue on this path.
I could have a word with the good Dr. Sahin, the ambassador of the Bridge Alliance. If he can be persuaded to offer you asylum, you would be saved.
Your goodness honors you. May the Illuminated forever light your path.
If I manage to convince the ambassador, you'll need to refrain from that sort of blessing. Stay here. I'll be back.
C'est mon côté mousquetaire, j'aime pas Richelieu. On va les aider. Bon, par contre, on aura buté des marins et tout, j'espère que ça va pas nous... C'est quoi ça?
Captain, sir, we were given orders to wait here with the merchandise.
The way is clear. It's time to get going.
Do your best to be quick and quiet about it. You won't have much time to move it.
Don't you be worrying now. We're off.
The warehouse is at the end to the right there. You can't miss it.
Move out. Quick steps.
Ok, d'accord, on a fini cette quête. C'est un choix multiple en fait. Et ça, on va aller après, faut aller. Est-ce qu'on va réussir à quitter cette zone et aller sur l'île?
Your Excellency.
Lord de Sade.
I would like to talk to you about a rather delicate matter.
I am listening.
A couple of historians have made a recent discovery concerning Mateus, the founder of the mythical Teleme. And it seems that this is not to the liking of the Illuminated, or at least his more fervent subjects.
These sinister hypocrites are going to want to burn them at the stake.
Without a doubt. And that's why these poor people are begging you to offer them asylum.
We are willing. Where are they to be found at this time?
At the port of Serene. They were hoping to stow away discreetly on a vessel to Al-Sad.
Very well. I shall send an escort immediately to take them somewhere safe.
On s'en fout, on a déjà fait.
I need to be going. Goodbye,
Cool.
Excellency.
Goodbye.
On va peut-être se rhabiller du coup.
We owe you our lives. We are eternally grateful.
It was nothing. I hope you won't have too much difficulty adapting to your new country.
If you would allow me, I would like to give you this. It's not much, but it is all that we possess.
Farewell.
You have a kind heart, Greenblood. It'll be the end of you, but that doesn't bother me. I wouldn't have wanted those poor buggers to end up on a burning pyre.
It would seem that I'm not the only one with a tender heart.
On va se remettre, moi j'aimais bien mon truc alors. Ça a l'air plus efficace. Je suis trompé. J'ai vu qu'il y a un truc affichage avancé. Alors on va regarder ce que c'est. Les bots. Affichage avancé. Ouh. Défense, voilà, 144, 108. Équipe 115. Il est plus efficace, mais il est moche. Ah, mais il est carrément plus efficace. 72 de défense d'armure. Ok, on va rester comme ça. Tu vas gueuler là, mais...
Good day, Excellency.
Sir de Sardet, to what do I owe the pleasure?
It pains me to inform you that the heretics you seek have fled.
Curse them! How could that possibly have happened?
Alas, these renegades have found protection with the ambassador of the Bridge Alliance. I would not have been able to capture them without risking a diplomatic incident that my uncle would have condemned.
The bridge.
On est rusé.
Heretics have turned
C'est
to
bon ça.
them. But I had hoped that you might intervene quickly enough to stop them.
Non, tu vas pas dire que c'est ma faute non
It
plus.
is truly regrettable. We have nothing else to do but pray that the Luminous might shield us from their lies.
C'est ça, prions. On a gagné un point de réputation quand même.
I must be going. Farewell, Excellency.
May the light guide you, de Sardet.
C'est ça. Et on est passé niveau 3. On n'a pas encore compris comment ça marche ce niveau, mais on va y arriver. Là, en théorie, on a tout fait. C'est quoi ça? Ah non, on n'a pas fait ça. Un coffre.
Good day. Someone told me that you're a friend of Jonas's, the young cabin boy who's gone missing.
That's right, yeah. Are you looking for him?
Yes. Your captain asked me to go and find him.
Happy to hear he's taken the disappearance seriously. What can I do for you?
When did you last see him?
2 days ago, in the evening. We went to have a drink in the tavern. Jonas, Lauro, and myself.
Did anything seem out of the ordinary? Was he troubled?
Maybe a
Salut
tad
Forgelune. Comment vas-tu?
like he was somewhere else.
Why would that be? Give me your best guess.
Boy, I haven't. the
Merci pour le
faintest
follow
idea.
d'ailleurs, j'ai pas vu. Le stream pour les jeunes. Oui, tout à fait. Tout à fait, tout à fait.
What does Jonas do in his free time when you're on land?
Bah écoute, ça va.
He just hangs
va,
around
ça
here
va.
or there. You know the cabin boys don't have half a sailor's wages.
Comme bientôt un
When
week-end.
evening comes, we usually go down the
Enfin, un
tavern with good
week-end.
old Lauro.
Did he ever have one too many?
Never. He sips his pint like it was bad medicine. One drink lasts him the whole night.
Does he know anyone in Serene?
No one, far as I know.
Do you think he could have made himself any enemies?
I wouldn't think that for a moment. Jonas has a good heart and he steers clear of trouble and troublemakers.
I don't
Là,
know
on
where
est
to
sur
start with
GreedFall, je
this.
sais pas si tu connais ce
Do
jeu.
you have any idea?
No. Lauro won't stop telling anyone who will lend him an ear that the boy was carried off by thugs.
And you don't believe him?
I like Lauro, don't get me wrong, he's like a brother. But to be honest, he drinks a little more than he should. The itch for a drink gets us all, but to him more than others, and when you drink too much, the imagination wanders. Here, yesterday, it was me who tied one over, and I thought I heard Jonas's voice by the canal. I called back to him, as you guessed, but then nothing. Drink. It blurs the senses.
What do you think about Captain Vasco?
He's a damn good navigator and an excellent leader of men.
En train de chercher un mousse qui a disparu.
So young.
How old is he?
He's not seen his 25th year yet. If he keeps it up, he'll be an admiral one day.
I need to be going. Farewell.
Voilà. Très loin.
Good day, sailor. I've been told that you know the missing cabin boy well. Is that right?
You talking about Jonas? You bet your stars I know him. But like I've been crying to the 9 deaf winds, he didn't go missing, he was taken.
Okay.
Were you a witness to the event?
Yes, I was. Even though I'd had a few tumblers in the belly, I hadn't yet lost my head. The other day, in the tavern, I saw him talking to a well-dressed man, surrounded by some other sly ruffians. And then when we left, him and I, Flavia left a little earlier, you understand? Well, those brutes were there, waiting for him. They just up and took him like that. Grabbed his arms and poof. Gone. Vanished.
Why didn't you intervene?
I tried to, believe me. But my legs betrayed me. Wavering they were. And I fell into the gutter.
Did you report this to the captain?
Unfortunately not. I know all too well what weight my words carry. Even Flavia treated me like a drunken fool.
Bon, il s'est fait
And the
enlever.
captain? No, not telling him that. I still have some pride left. You get me?
Did Jonas seem troubled to you the night he disappeared?
Maybe. For sure he wasn't his usual self.
Do you know what was on his mind?
No. No idea.
Why would anyone want to snatch a mere cabin boy?
How would I know? Jonas is a gentle boy who keeps his head down. You think my story is nothing but mist too, don't you?
It's just that I can't imagine a gang of thugs hoping to get a ransom for a cabin boy. Did anyone else see the kidnapping?
There was still a small crowd in the tavern. But outside, I seem to recall that regular being there. We play cards with him from time to time. Kind of fellow who plays from morning to night time to be that skilled. But now and again he comes out. When nature calls, you know. I kind of remember his face being there.
Okay.
What do you think about Captain Vasco?
He's a just man who knows his knots. He's well appreciated by the crew. It's a pity that he hasn't much heart for laughs now and again. Always seems unhappy, our captain.
Thank you, Lara. I need to be going.
Strange story, this is.
Something isn't right here, I can feel it. We need to lift the veil on this.
Ça brille là-bas, ça brille. Ah ouais, c'est interroger les témoins. Alors. D'accord. La ruse, persuasion, intuition. Off. C'est là, c'est ça? C'est quoi ça? Ok, bah je vois pas où c'est que c'est la ruse, mais bon. Petite grenade là. C'est dans les options de dialogue du coup.
Tavern keeper.
I see you're back. Can I pour you something this time?
Someone told me about one of your faithful clients. A big gambler, it would seem.
I see. An able-bodied man. Passes his time lightening the pouches of sailors coming through.
Where might I find him at this time?
Here? He would never give away his chair at his table.
I'm looking for a Naut. A young cabin boy who's been missing roll call for 2 days now.
A Naut, you say? That's not a lot to go on. There are quite a few that come to my tavern.
According to one of his fellows, he would have been taken right here.
A kidnapping? In my establishment? You surely jest. Or at least I hope you do. I would have noticed. That doesn't hold water. Anything else?
I'm looking for my cousin. His name is Constantine. I believe he was intent on celebrating his departure last night.
There was indeed a party here last night, but it ended badly.
Whatever do you mean?
A brawl broke out. My tavern was shattered, and no one's paid for the damages.
I'm sorry. Amongst the rebel rousers, did there happen to be a young man? 20 years of age. Hair down to his neck, light brown, blue eyes. Quite the talker.
I don't believe it. Of course he was there. He's the man that started the fight. I hope you've come to reimburse me. Don't count on me to help you if that's not the case.
What kind of damage are we talking about exactly?
A good half of my furniture was broken into firewood. I piled up the lot over there.
Let me take a look. Perhaps it can be repaired.
If you can fix it, I'd be obliged. If not, you'll need to pay.
Oh, il paye ses pièces d'or, on s'en bat la race.
To cover your expenses.
Excellent. Honest books makes for honest friendships. Your cousin is either a very bad joker or a right good fool. He went and insulted a band of ruffians from the lower boroughs. Dangerous fellows. They've a storehouse they operate out of a few streets from here.
What kind of business do they run?
Several, actually, and they're all illegal and profitable. But you didn't hear that from me. In any case, if you were set on recovering your cousin, I would hurry if I were you. They're not the tender sorts.
Thank you for the information.
Off with ya. Get him out of whatever mess he's got himself into. Seemed like a courageous fellow. Who could down his pint. Anything else?
Ouais, donc qu'est-ce qu'il y a? Tac, tac, tac. Bon, on va partir.
I need to be off. Farewell.
Goodbye.
Who are you? I don't recognize you. Am I in your debt?
No. Have no fear about that. It's for a different reason that I am here. I'm looking for a Naut that disappeared 2 days ago, after visiting this establishment. A young cabin boy. 2 members of his crew accompanied.
En fait, il a une sale tête parce qu'il a atteint une maladie, là, la malicore. C'est une espèce de peste.
Tell me what happened that evening.
A rich merchant came in, with a band of strong arms. The kind of men you can round up for a few coins, if you catch my drift. They exchanged words with the cabin boy. The kid was defensive, not sitting pretty. And then they finally left.
And after that?
It just so happens that I did go out for a breather. I needed some fresh air. And I think I might well have seen those same men grab him.
but that was none of my business. I wouldn't have thought that they were kidnapping him if that's what it was. They weren't particularly rough with him.
What can you tell me about the boy? How was he that night?
He seemed rather nervous, as if he was worried about something. Didn't feel like playing, that I remember. And he must have been right to be nervous, if he's disappeared.
Who was the rich merchant, do you think? A jilted lover? A moneylender?
No, sir. You are in luck. It so happens that I know the man. It was Sir Fontaine, that merchant.
Where can I find him?
He has a house in the wealthy boroughs, just off the canal. A stone's throw from the Thélème embassy.
Thank you. You've been immensely helpful.
This man is completely owned by his love for the game.
Il y avait du monde là.
We can trust him.
What would he gain from lying?
I have no idea. But what would any wealthy merchant gain from holding a penniless child?
Faut bien écouter les dialogues hein, parce que sinon, tout à l'heure j'étais un peu trop vite et du coup, ça m'a emmené un peu dans le.
The furniture is in terrible condition. The fight must have been extremely violent.
It looks as if it's fixable. I've seen worse. We'll need to build some metal dowels, but once done, we can make them like new.
Ça m'a emmené dans une bagarre terrible. J'ai dû assassiner quelques marins. Alors, il faut qu'on aille là-bas. À tous les coups de gamin, ça va être le fils du machin. C'est pas le mec de la taverne, ça? Ils ont tous la même tête là-dedans.
Might I help you, sir?
I would like to have a word with Sir Fontaine.
He is absent, but the lady of the house could certainly receive you. Enter, please.
Oh, I know you. I've seen you at court. You are Lord de Sade. And to what do I owe the honor of your visit, Excellency?
I would like to have a word with your husband.
He is not here, but perhaps I could be of help.
It concerns a delicate matter. We're looking for a missing cabin boy. According to witnesses, he had an argument with your husband before being taken.
I see. I am afraid that you have been misled. You seem to have come to the wrong conclusion. The cabin boy you speak of was not taken. He has simply returned home.
Excuse me, but I'm not sure I understand.
Don't you see, Your Excellency? We got our son back.
Et voilà.
I am very surprised. Several witnesses confirmed that your son had a fight with your husband, and that his men escorted him from the tavern using force. If he had joined your husband willingly...
Witnesses? In a tavern? And you choose to believe these drunkards over a respectable family?
These witnesses are all in agreement, and it's their testimonies that have led me to your doorstep.
My son was probably shocked to have found us. My husband and the other men might have simply had to carry him. A gesture that your drunkards must have misunderstood.
How did you find your son's trail?
We have never stopped looking for him. We learned the new name they gave him, Jonas. My poor little Celestine. Then we learned the name of the ship he sailed on. No sooner had it docked in Serene than my husband had the crew watched closely, and we found him.
Where might I find your son now?
I cannot say, Excellency. You must understand why. Until the Nauts have set sail, we live in fear they will take him back from us.
This pact? It sounds like some fear-inducing story.
The Nauts wouldn't be the first to recruit through dubious means.
I still don't see Constantine at your side. I hope he hasn't been the victim of any foul play.
Don't worry. We'll find him in time for departure.
I certainly hope so. Would you be in need of my help in any way?
I need to be leaving. I have quite a few things to do before we raise anchor.
Ça brille. Ça brille.
Sir, you still haven't found your cousin. As you well know, we cannot leave without him.
Have no fear. I will bring him back in time to make our scheduled departure. Is everything ready?
I'm still without news of my cabin boy, but we will have to do without.
I spoke with a woman who told me she was the mother of the cabin boy. She claims that her son was taken from her.
Taken? Her son is sea-gifted. His parents were required to give him up to honor the terms of a contract.
A contract? But what kind of contract are we speaking of?
A commercial contract. In exchange for services rendered by the Nauts, some families cede more than gold. In some cases, nations even trade some of their subjects before they're born. I wouldn't be able to tell you the condition of Jonas's contract. I didn't even know he was originally from Serene. But what I can tell you is the young man hasn't seen his parents since he was a small child. And ever since, he's been a Naut. Our ships are his home. And we are his only family.
Okay.
Be back soon, Captain.
You see anyone else who might be able to help us? Anyone who's not a Naut?
Sir de Corsillion's a veritable well of scientific knowledge. He could tell us a little more.
But I still don't see Constantine at your side.
C'est bon, tu te répètes, vieux.
Il
Il est gâteux.
Don't worry. We'll find him in time for departure.
I certainly hope so. Would you be in need of my help in any way?
I've had a word with Lady Fontaine. You must know her. That rich family that lives near the docks. She told me a strange story about her son who was a cabin boy on our ship. She said that he was taken when he was a child due to some contract with the Nauts.
Who was a cabin boy? Do you mean he's no longer one?
They took him back to bring him home.
Well, that is very unpleasant news, de Sade. We need to do all we can to bring the boy back to his ship. Since time immemorial, there's always been a certain price to pay for the services of the Nauts. Children born on their ships belong to them. It's the rule of the sea. But certain contracts are so important that they also require children to be offered in exchange. From time to time, the congregation has passed such accord, and certain noble families had to give their children up.
Are you telling me that the Fontaines lost their son because of some agreement signed between my uncle and the Nords?
No. That pact ended a long time ago. This cabin boy couldn't have been a part of that contract. But Sir Fontaine has made a fortune trading with the Alliance, via ships.
Do you mean he would have offered up his own son in exchange for wealth?
Well, he probably did it before the birth of the child, and regretted it afterwards. But that is of little importance. What counts most is that you bring the boy back to the Nords as quickly as possible. Breaking a contract with the seafarers has always cost us dearly. Our nation could feel it in its coffers.
I will do my best.
A father selling his own son for a few boat rides. For ugly, that is ugly.
Lady Fontaine didn't seem to have any knowledge of that detail. That could be of use to us.
Ok. J'espère réussir à aller sur l'île avant la fin du stream.
This document mentions another property, a warehouse.
That would be a great place to hide. Shall we take a peek? Be careful. Fontaine won't be alone. He'll have his henchmen with him.
Let's just try to remain discreet.
Ok, ouais, je vais rester discret, mec. Suivre. Je me demande s'il n'y a pas une touche là pour être discret en fait. Contrôle. Ah. Commande du jeu. Ok. Posture furtive, C. Ce qui m'a manqué tout à l'heure quoi.
Sir de Sade, what are
Merde.
you doing here?
I've come looking for your son. The Nauts are worried about his disappearance.
Those Nauts took him from us, but now we've got him back, and he'll be staying with us.
Would you be so kind as to hear what I have to say, Sir Fontaine? You've taken your son against his will and have him locked up like merchandise in a warehouse. Is that what you call being a good father?
If I hadn't taken him back, he would have been hauled off on one of the cursed ships.
If that's what he wants, then why would you want to stop him?
For his mother. She misses him so. But in the end, you may be right. My boy has changed.
C'est bien charisme.
He hasn't spoken a word to me since
Je vais
we've
monter
been in
charisme.
this precarious predicament. Very well. Take the key and take him away. Cursed be the day I delivered my son unto the Naughts.
All children leave the nest one day or another, sir. Farewell.
Si mal. Ah, que je suis arrivé? Non, c'est pas grave.
Who are you?
My name is de Sardet. I am legate of the congregation. Your captain has sent me to find you.
And were you able to convince my father to allow me to go free?
Yes. Even if I had to bend his arm a little.
That doesn't surprise me. He seemed to have no intention of changing his mind. I feel more sorry for my mother. She seems so sweet and happy to see me.
You don't seem to be all that close to your parents.
I hadn't seen them since I was 5 years old. I barely remember them. They find me, capture me, and lock me up in this warehouse. Hard to grow close after all that. My family is the Naughts. I am sorry for my parents, but that is the way of it now. Can I go home?
Yes. You should still go and say farewell to your mother. Then find your way to the ship. I'll see you there.
On y est, hein. Ouais, plein de trucs là. Une hache d'abordage. Trop la classe. Ok, allez. Mince. Pas qu'il n'y a pas un coffre à fouiller là-dedans. Bon, allez, on se casse. Alors... Qu'à trouver le cousin et normalement c'est bon.
If you had any idea who I am. Open up, imbeciles! I have a ship to catch!
That vulture of a tavern master was right. It is Constantine's voice. It's coming from the floor above.
It sounds as if he's locked up.
And I have a feeling they're expecting company. Be careful. Drawing blades to scratch it.
Negotiation may be the solution. As you say, this breed of brutes won't spit on ransom money.
What a waste. I'd rather sneak around them than give half a coin to these seedy fellows.
Est-ce qu'il n'y a pas un autre chemin? Ah bah voilà.
It's not possible just now.
Alors, détruire science niveau 1 et préparation chimique. On va essayer de faire ça. Alors. Ah, déjà, il faut science niveau 1. Alors, est-ce qu'on a science niveau 1 déjà? Talent? Science. Ah, on n'a pas science, nous on a le crochetage. Point civil, niveau 5. Ouais, donc on va pas pouvoir faire ça. Donc ok. Il y a ce truc, ah c'est au-dessus. Détection des ennemis.
Someone with deep pockets will show up sooner or later to liberate the rooster. He's making a great deal of noise. We could knock him out, or gag him.
Moi je veux bien un de leurs déguisements là. Ils sont pas mal les grands manteaux là qu'ils ont. Les brigands. Il faut monter. Attends, il y a un coffre. Coffre, coffre. Allez, bouge.
Well, this has been monumentous, gentlemen, but I have more important things to attend to. An island to govern, treaties to sign, riches to expedite, and a demanding father to impress.
Constantine, it's me!
My dear cousin! Oh, my lucky star! Always there to pull me out of my fight.
I do what I can. We're departing soon. Your father wasn't pleased by your absence this morning.
Have you ever seen him happy about anything when it comes to me? You know what he thinks of me.
He cares about you, I know that. He appointed you governor, didn't he?
He is ridding himself of a source of constant disappointment. Enough said. Today we set sail for adventure.
Voilà, ça promet. Alors, équipement de vos compagnons. Depuis l'invent... Ah, on pouvait faire ça. Équipé avec sa tenue vieux pour point bourrin. C'est moi. Comment je l'ai... Ah, c'est là.
Now that we stand boldly alongside the brave Kurt, let's give them their money's worth.
They haven't spotted us. We could sneak out of here silently. We have a ship to board.
Ouais, on lui mettra un truc sur ça là. Et on peut avoir Kurt aussi.
Yes, without a doubt. But don't you think there are more pressing matters?
Kurt, it is your highness's decision to make. Whatever it is, I shall follow.
Retrouver, ok. Alors, I. Moi j'ai quoi moi? Double usé de la garde. Ok. Ça c'est quoi? Doublé de soldats bleu argent. Ah, hop. Ah. Pas déconner non plus. Voilà. C'est pas d'embrouiller. Pierre à pierre. En fait non, j'aime pas. Mais bon, ça a l'air bien balèze de ce qu'il a lui. Je vais récupérer mon truc, je vais refiler ça. Le garde du corps, faut que ce soit stuff quand même. Ouais, est-ce que c'est de là du coup? Voilà, c'est bon. C'est là où on devait faire sauter le mur. On va pouvoir partir vers l'île maintenant. Je me suis trompé de côté. Sauvegarde, on va essayer de les tuer. Un petit gars, fais-moi les malins là.
Sir? Constantine d'Orsay, future governor of Tir Fredi. I'm enchanted, Captain. I am eager to board your ship.
Enchanted as well, Your Highness. I hope you enjoy your voyage.
Are you ready? Can we weigh anchor?
We should be able to set sail with the tide, as agreed upon. My cabin boy, Jonas, is back on ship. I have you to thank, I imagine.
You do. It's a rather sad affair, and though solved, leaves a broken family behind.
All we can do is plot a course. No one tells the wind what to do. I do thank you. I didn't think you'd go to so much trouble for a cabin boy. Your actions bring you honor.
Ooh.
Permission to board the ship. We are ready.
Certainly. But keep in mind that we'll be at sea for several months. If you have any farewells to make or any final business to put into order, now is the time.
No, my house is in order. We are ready to embark.
Perfect.
Oh yeah.
Follow me.
So eager to discover
Un point
Tir
d'attribut.
Fredi. My isle, my new city.
You'll need to arm yourself with patience. The voyage will be long. I've been told the trip lasts months.
And they say the place is full of gigantic creatures. As big as buildings.
That's right. I heard a rumor the Nauts even brought one back in one of their ships.
I doubt that. The Nauts are strange, but they're not idiots.
Précision, force, const. Regardez, le temps qu'on arrive sur l'île, on verra bien.
The beast is awoken!
Those conniving, pista-stilling, bridge-building liars. The creature was supposed to be out for days. They'll pay for this.
Yeah.
What the hell manner of cargo are you transporting?
Help! We need ropes! We must contain it! Help!
send them ahead.
Wow, man.
Watch out! Take a step back, sir.
Uh-oh.
Cut! Captain! Keep my cousin safe!
Non, tu déconnes. Oh oh. Super. Je pense que c'était fait exprès. Non? Ah. Ok. J'ai rien compris. C'est une blague.
The beast is awoken! Those conniving, pista-stilling, bridge-building liars. The creature was supposed to be out for days. They'll pay for this. What the hell, man?
Je fais que dalle. C'est une blague ou quoi? Je comprends rien. L'approche furtive. Ok. Comment se faire malmener? Ok, allons-y.
The beast is awoken! Those conniving, pista-stilling, bridge-building liars. The creature was supposed to be out for days. They'll pay for this. What the hell manner of cargo are you transporting? Help! We need ropes! We must contain
On va prendre les points de vue en fait, je pense.
Let's send them ahead.
C'est ça, ouais. T'as vu le truc, toi? C'est fou, quoi. Ok. Quand il ramasse son talisman, là, à la fin de la vidéo, il y a peut-être un truc à faire avec ça. Ah ouais, il ramasse le petit talisman. Alors, est-ce qu'il y a un truc à faire avec ça? Là, direct, on a une pause. Stop. Vaincre la créature. Les gars. Comment tu veux que je fasse ça? Technique. Salut le Z, ça va? Qu'est-ce que que c'est que ça? Alors c'est GreedFall, un nouveau jeu là qui vient de sortir. On est au XVIIe siècle à peu près, l'âge des grandes découvertes. Et on est censé monter dans ce bateau pour atteindre une île extraordinaire. Sauf qu'il y a cette espèce de grosse brute qui arrête pas de nous tuer. Tire. Ça lui fait rien le tir. Tiens, on va tirer. On va tirer et essayer de pas mourir. Non, c'est ça. On balance des encres là. Ça gueule quoi. Péter son armure. Il n'y a plus de protection d'armure, ok. Peut-être on va réussir à le faire. Hein. Aïe. Ah, je fais du patinage artistique. Ah, déconner. Non. Oui, oui. C'est un jeu solo. C'est pas un MMO en fait. Le MMO qui se rapporte à ça, c'est enfin qui se rapproche, c'est New World. Oh. Allez. Elle est quand même badass.
Greenblood, how do you fare?
Fine, fine. It is dead.
Are you wounded?
I'm well. Your lessons have proven effective.
Ouais, t'étais où toi?
I've never seen a beast this size. It's quite extraordinary.
Cousin, what a fight. You were illustrious.
I'm not of the same mind. I had the feeling it was already weakened. I did nothing more than finish it off.
Ouais, c'est ça, ouais. T'as tué deux fois.
Humility remains a constant. But believe me, that battle was absolutely epic.
Montez à bord. On peut en prendre un trophée dedans. Tiens, comment vas-tu le Z, du coup? Bon, Ah bah New World, oui, il y a la... comment le... Bah l'alpha est terminé maintenant. Comment je rentre? Enfin, moi j'ai fait le preview là, après j'ai pas accès encore à l'alpha je pense. On va monter vraiment dans ce bateau là. Après ouais je crains que ça soit un petit qu'il soit un petit peu répétitif. New World. Ça y est, enfin. Ouais. Fantasy Star, ouais.
Your cousin's enthusiasm is most impressive.
This journey is his long-awaited chance to prove his worth. He has a demanding father.
More likely he's just happy to be free of this hornet's nest.
I definitely know I am. That's certain.
Je t'avoue que je l'ai même pas regardé, Fantasy Star Online.
Stations, lads! Wear and cut and ready hot to wear. Lively now, lively! Catch me a win!
Ça y est, on y est. Ah bon, d'accord, ouais, carrément. Alors j'espère qu'il y a une belle petite vidéo d'arrivée sur l'île. Hein.
What a charming welcoming committee. Gentlemen, I am Constantine of House Orsay, your new governor. I have no idea what sort of ceremony you've prepared for my arrival, but I would gladly skip it, so... indeed, these are rather peculiar customs. I see, it seems you were quite intent on serving me a drink. Hello? Cat got your tongue, gentlemen? Would it be those annoying beaks?
I am truly sorry. These doctors should have shown a greater measure of courtesy. Thank you, dear doctors. Move along. Don't trouble the Nords. Pay no attention to them. Instead, just drink. The long voyages at sea require the appropriate treatment as soon as we land. According to our scientists, without fortifiers, you might catch your death, and that would be quite regrettable.
I should have chosen death. This concoction is liquid torture.
I would think that they would have warned you on the ship.
Not in the slightest. And you must be Lady Morange, my predecessor.
You are correct.
There you are! To your health. Aha! You got your dose of bile too. Allow me to present to you Lady Morange, and to you, my dear lady, my most trusted cousin. Where is the captain? He seems to be preoccupied with some sort of admiral. Indeed. Then I will have to thank him later for this most marvelous voyage. Excellency, lead me to the palace, I beg you. And, whenever possible, go by way of all the intriguing alleyways. I am dying with impatience to discover this new city. My city!
Your Excellence! We must wait for our escort!
No need. Have no fear, for I am here to defend you, my lady.
C'est pas gagné la part.
How so?
My admiral laid me off.
My cousin was nonetheless delighted with your services.
Oh putain, ça piquesse.
I hope there was no misunderstanding.
None, I'm sure of it. She just ordered me to give you any assistance you might need.
This request doesn't seem to please you.
Don't take offense, but it's not pleasant for a captain to abandon his ship. In any case, here I am at your service for a while.
Ok. Un niveau de relation. Ok, attribut. Kurt est méfiant aussi. C'est cool d'avoir des potes. Ils sont tous méfiants. Ouais. Alors on a des points à mettre là. quoi ça? Roulade. Piège. Masse marteau, hache à une main, ok. Ouais, le poison, ça me dit bien ça. En gros, faut faire ça. Ah d'accord, ça je l'ai déjà. Tir fait plus de dégâts. Ça j'en ai un. Projectile d'ombre. Oh, on va rester dans notre trip à nous là. J'ai plus de points? Balle d'impact, ok. On va aller prendre ça. Permet d'appliquer des effets. Ça va être des poisons sur nos armes. Et après on va monter ça là. L'arme à deux mains non. Tac. On va aller chercher ça. Attaque sournoise, augmenter les dégâts des attaques. Ah, on va monter ça là. Ok. Attribut. Quand l'attribut a monté les points de vie pour l'instant. Précision. Génération de furie améliore tous les dégâts au corps à corps. Ça on s'en fout, ça on s'en fout. Je pense qu'on va continuer avec les points de vie. Ok. On va faire quoi maintenant? En fait, on va s'arrêter là. On va s'arrêter là pour aujourd'hui. Non, on va d'abord aller chercher la caisse qui est là, et après on va s'arrêter. Voilà. Que ça brillait, ça me gênait, ça piquait mes yeux. Et il y en a une autre là-bas. Non, faut s'arrêter. Non, il y en a une autre. Oh, mais il y en a plein en fait. Bon, allez, on sauvegarde. Merci d'avoir été là, et je vous dis à bientôt. Salut! Ouais. N'hésitez pas à venir rejoindre le Discord. Je sais pas s'il y a du délai quand je parle ou pas. Mais n'hésitez pas. Allez, à bientôt. Salut!